magandang araw, magandang hapon, magandang gabi. Kung nasan man po kayo nandun, welcome to our newest portion. This is the first episode of Dear Sharon, Kailangan Ko ng Advice. Kung ikaw ako, what would you do? This is something I posted noon sa IG tsaka sa FB ko na sabi ko, kaya po ganyan ang nilagay ko. Hindi ko nilagay na, Dear Sharon, kailangan ko ng advice. Anong tingin mong gagawin ko? Ang nilagay ko ay kung ako kayo. So disclaimer lamang, I will just give advice based on my life experiences. Pero nasa sa inyo na po yun kung susundin nyo o hindi. Ang kaya ko pong gawin ay mag-suggest lamang. Okay? Kasi baka mamaya sisisihin nyo ako pag pinili nyo tapos hindi ko alam ang background, patay, di ba? Anyway, let's dive right in. Ito pong unang-unang sulat ng ating bagong portion na ito. Dear Mama Babe Sharon Cuneta, I started admiring you when I was just 13 years old. Back then, I would hear your songs on the radio and they always brought me comfort. As I learned more about you, your strength, kindness, and grace, you became more than just my favorite artist. You've been a true inspiration in my life. Oh, thank you so much. Now I am about to take my board exam. And honestly, I'm feeling overwhelmed. I've worked so hard to reach this point, but the pressure and fear of failure sometimes make me doubt myself. If you were in my place, how would you face this kind of challenge? What advice can you give to help me stay strong, focused, and believe in my abilities, even when self-doubt creeps in? You've always shown strength in the face of challenges, and that's something I deeply admire. Your journey reminds me that no dream is impossible with hard work, faith, and perseverance. Exactly those three words. I would be so grateful for any words of encouragement from you as I prepare for this important milestone. Thank you for being a guiding light in my life through your music, movies, and the person you are. You've inspired me for so many years, and I hope to carry your wisdom with me as I take this next step in my journey. With love and deep admiration, Marriott Hotel Escalator Girl 2022. Yan. Since may alias siya, hindi ko sasabihin yung real name niya. Okay, what will I call you? Miss Marriott. Miss Marriott, this is the board exam that you have been preparing for since you started studying. Ito na yung since grade school, all throughout middle school, high school, and ngayon ang buong college career mo, ito na yung pinaghahandaan mo. So, nakalagpas ka na sa napakaraming trials, and I admire you for that. You obviously have strength and discipline, kaya naabot mo itong point na ito. This is the last straw. Not the last straw, last punggol tawag namin dyan sa showbiz. Ito na yung, excuse me po, Daisy, yes, you need advice? I'm sorry, come here. I'm giving advice, anak. Okay, come here. You just agree with me or not. Okay, okay. Ayaw, hilig sa camera. Anyway, okay. I'm so sorry. Okay, back to the piece of advice. This is what you've been working for all of your life. Not just, I think, all of your academic life. I think all of your life is safe to say kasi kaya nga nag-aaral, pipili ka ng gusto mong kurso, pag-graduate ka na, ito na, sa'yo may board exam. So I don't know specifically what your chosen, what course you're graduating from. And so I'll just say generally, if you take into consideration lahat ng taon na binuno mo na at pinuhunan mo para sa point na ito, ay, kumbaga, this is the last trial na lang, the last thing you have to prepare for. And I understand the anxiety at saka yung nervyos. You know, when it's like this, it's like, syempre, I cannot compare, let's say, a concert I'm preparing for or the opening of a movie I just finished filming or whatever it is, no, in my life, all the, I'd call them challenges. Challenges, pero rewarding na challenges. Parang I can't compare, pero sa experience ko, pag mayroon akong kinatatakutan na moment, kunyari hahanap ka sa 15,000, 20,000 people, di ba? Parang kakanta ka, lalo pag may sakit yung throat mo, may sakit ka. Sa akin talaga, I tell myself, I've prepared for this. In my case, mag-vocalize ako ng konti. Pag naaabot ko naman yung nota, kahit hirap ako, kaya ko to. And then it's really faith. So lalo na sa'yo, kasi you've prepared for this for so many years, and this is the point na you take all the knowledge you've gained through your years of studying and proving to everyone that you learned something. And gaya ng tinatanong ko sa sarili ko, marunong ka ba kumanta? Oo. Ba't natatakot ka? Kakanta ka lang. So, sa akin, I would tell you the same thing. Please remind yourself you have studied, you have worked hard, you've arrived at this point, and kayang-kaya mo to. Now, having said that, alam mo, your decisions or your actions tomorrow will affect the rest of your life. I'm talking about the board exam, kung bukas na yan, no? To be more precise. So, you have all this time to prepare. I think you can put aside muna, you can stop muna all the other things you're doing and look at them as things that you will reward yourself with. Yung mga gimmick-gimmick with the barkada, stop muna. Parang engage muna, fully engage in studying and retaining as much as you can sa pag-aaral mo, trying to remember, para prepared ka sa board exam. Now also, you need to take care of yourself. Kasi kung masyado kang pressured, pagpagod ka, parang mahirap umandar yung utak natin, di ba? So, if you just remind yourself that you have prepared and now you're going to prepare some more, then you face your board exam with confidence. I think confidence, faith in God, and good preparation, enough preparation, will really do it for you. So I pray to God that He be with you on the day of your exam, Miss Marriott. And I really, really look forward to hearing from you after you take it. And if you feel that you've done well, I'm sure that you will do well. I'm sure you'll feel good and you're going to tell us, tapos na. And then you will face a new chapter in your life. And I'm excited for you. So God bless you and lots of love to you. Thank you for writing. Okay. No alias, so I suppose I can say your name. Kate Jacel Delara. Hi, Kate. Dear Sharon, alam po natin na isa kang ina. So bilang nanay po, what would you do or advise your child if they're afraid to open up about what they truly feel? Aha. You know what? When I was younger, siguro, I was scared to open up to my mom and dad about my feelings or even just my thoughts. Parang may mali ba akong sasabihin? But sometimes, yung kinatatakutan mo, yun ang magsusurpresa sa'yo na ang dali pala. So the minute I opened up to my dad and mom, of course I was very respectful, but I said, Mom, Dad, I don't, separate occasions to, pero sabi ko, if I can't open up to my own parents, who should I open up to? And I think that hit my parents. So parang, nga, I'd rather know what my daughter's thinking, na yun din ang dala ko when I'm talking to my own children. I tell them, my daughters, and I tell Miguel, my son, I tell them, you don't have to lie to me, you don't have to hide anything. If you tell me something that to me is scary or maybe even unacceptable or close to that, I may jump up and down, I may scream, but in the end, I will give you what I think about it, my 2 cents worth, and I will love you unconditionally. So now we're all just really relaxed, I think it's important kasi na as parents, sa parents then, this is my suggestion also. Kasi meron na tayong authority over the kids, over our children. So I think it's important to make them feel na their words and their thoughts matter to us. Hindi yung puro kung anong gusto natin, yun ang dapat sundin. Ako, I will siguro stand by the values that I've taught them, na kailangan yun ang non-negotiable. You have to learn these values and live by them. Be kind to people, be God-fearing, don't make rash decisions na baka bukas pagsisisihan mo, tipong ganon. Pero sa pagkatao nila at sa mga problema nila na hindi naman may iwasan, lahat naman tayo, tao lang. Hindi natin pag-aari ang isip at damdamin ng mga anak natin. All we can really be is a source of support for them. And all we can do is someone that gives advice based on what we've been through in our own lives. And because mahal natin ang mga anak natin, let us show them na when they say something, we're also respecting what they're saying. Hindi yung umpisa pa lang, hindi, ang tingin ko ganito. Listen muna, let's listen. Kasi minsan may matututunan din tayo. Minsan anak natin ang magpapa-widen ng ating point of view, magpapalawak. Tapos ma-realize natin, oo nga, kasi muna ibang generation natin sa kanila. Pangalawa, like I said, din natin pag-aari ang pag-iisip at damdamin. So let's just be present, let's listen, and let's be understanding kahit saliwa sa gusto natin. And children, you know what, I think what I did to my parents was that, if I can't open up to you, Daddy, Mommy, kung di ko po kayang sabihin sa magulang ko, natatakot ako, kanino po ako mag-open up? I'm sure yung parents mo rin will want na sa kanila ka mag-open up kesa sa ibang taong di nila kilala or kahit kilala nila na kaibigan mo, hindi nila alam kung tama yung mabibigay na advice sa'yo. And you should also value your parents' experiences sa buhay nila. We're a different generation, but you know what? We're also wise because of the lifestyle we used to have, because everything was parang needed our hard labor. Hindi kami yung basta magsisearch sa Google, okay na. Wala kami yan noon. We had to carry books from the library in school when we were doing a research paper and then return the books kahit mabigat, di ba? Ngayon, you have everything so easy. I think we should appreciate that. But talk to your parents or write them a letter. Write them a letter, Dear Dad and Mom. Ito po ang worry ko. Kasi hindi ko alam yung ugali ng parents mo eh. Yung mga nanonood po sa amin ngayon na baka yung iniisip nyo, paano ko kakausapin yung parents ko eh nananakit or sobrang magalit, mainit ang ulo. I think it's up to you to gauge yung sukatin ninyo kung kaya ba. Or sabihin nyo lang, wala namang masama sa gusto ko pong mag-open up sa inyo, pero natatakot po ako. Gusto niyo po bang marinig ang gusto kong sabihin? And dun sa mga feeling niyo hopeless mag-open up sa parents niyo dahil baka iba po ang ugali, hindi masyadong understanding o nakakatakot talaga in the real sense of the word. Sana meron kayong older relative or older friend na motherly or fatherly ang figure sa inyo. And maybe yung alam din yung maayos ang buhay na hindi magkakamali sa pag-advise sa inyo at talagang kapakanan ninyong uunahin. I think that's important in our lives. I've had several of those in my life. That's why I think I'm blessed because I had good parents and I had good parent figures. So if you're lacking in that, let's pray. Let's pray and talk to your friends na alam ninyong maayos ang buhay. Kasi ang hirap humingi ng advice sa lahat ng kaibigan na meron iba sa kanila, magulo naman. Nakaka-confuse, di ba? When you ask for advice from several people, you can listen to everyone, but people, sometimes they skip this step, which I think is important. Listen to everyone, but then what you do next, na don't skip this, is get the best parts of all these pieces of advice and put them together. And then talk to yourself and make your decision according to what you feel, what you think will be best for you. Because no one knows your heart better than you, yourself. And baka, it's a fine line. Alam ko mahirap yung gusto mo magpaligaya, pero gusto mo rin wag i-neglect yung kaligayahan mo. Kung gitna, di ba? Kung gitna mahanap mo, that's the best. Pero kung mag-choose ka, kaligayahan nila o kaligayahan ko, depende sa uri ng kaligayahan mo. Basta wala kang nasasaktang tao, basta wala kang tinatapakan at ikaliligaya mo, go for it. Minsan lang tayo mabuhay. But again, Kate, I advise that you tell them or write them a letter. Na if you cannot open up to them, kanino ka magsasabi, di ba? So God bless you, and thank you for writing in. Thank you so much to those of you who will write and to those who have already written. Love you guys. See you soon. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe.